about that. Look at that. Because I get on a few minutes early to work the bugs and stuff out, right? And make sure that everything's functioning and stuff like that. And so I pause it so that people just don't see me randomly like working and doing things like that for 8 minutes. But thank you for that. All right, guys. Well, let's get things going. I am super excited. I have a great friend joining us today. He's been a colleague of mine, not so much a competitor because we were in different markets and stuff like that. But this guy comes from the space of doing 500 plus deals a year for a lot of years. So Joe Peterson is a good friend of mine. We've grown up in the REO and default space together. And
Yep.
he's from that, he has built this iList platform that I coach and train agents on that are absolutely crushing it. So the whole goal of this is to, share this knowledge with other people, because if this fits into your business plan, I'm going to strongly recommend it. And so we're going to go through some scripts. We're going to talk about like what you can do, how you can use it, and we're going to get into it. But Joe, man, welcome this morning. Thank you for being here with us. How are you doing today, brother?
Man, I am doing awesome. I'm doing especially good because I did not have to do a cold plunge like you did. That sounds like absolute torture to me. So I'm already starting
Yes.
off better than that. So, but man, I'm excited to be on here. I see a lot of friendly faces. So man, it's good to be on.
Yeah, yeah, we got a good group here. Top producers from across the country and stuff. And just to add some credibility and stuff to what you've done in the past, tell everybody like when did you get into real estate, kind of what that journey looked like, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so real estate's all I've ever done. I'm talking like sophomore year in college till now. It's the only actual job I have ever had. I got pulled into the REO default world literally year one of my career, and have grown up in the REO space, learned firsthand what the value of relationships can allow you to grow, networking, but also systems, tools, and automations, because we would not have grown it into multiple states like we did without the right systems, tools, and automation, because that means a lot to your clients, knowing that you can handle your business, you're not going to drop anything. So we grew up in that world. That world has changed a lot. I think everybody will agree it's going to be really interesting in the upcoming future. But we took, we pivoted that world into a lot of hedge fund acquisitions and dispositions. And, one of the things that always really stood out to me was, how can we keep replicating this? How can we keep growing in volume? Even if the REO and hedge fund world's going like this, what audience is always out there? And so we took everything we learned and we turned our attention to the traditional world. How can we apply systems and automation to that? And so that's kind of where we are today.
Nice, nice. And give people an idea, right? When you were in the REO
Mhm.
space, right? What kind of volume and stuff would you do? And what did you build with that? Because you got a a brokerage over there as well. So what did that
Yeah.
stem from? Like what was your personal production? How did you use that to leverage into the future?
So we went from doing, one client doing a couple of REOs a month, which is great, right? But then that kind of just whets your appetite a little bit. You're like, okay, what else can we do? So we got plugged in with different clients, HUD contracts, you name it. Probably at our peak, we were getting 150 assets a month, just in the REO default world. And then on top of that, we were probably doing an additional 40 to 50 hedge fund acquisitions a month. And so when we're talking volume, we were at the peak. I think our highest closing in a single month was like 220 transactions in 1 month. And then we grew that. Obviously, there was some rock star years built in when everybody was hitting on all cylinders. And so once again, we took that and we said, okay, what other markets? Where else could we go? And we took the relationships that we created, a lot of the common groups that Larry and I know, and we said, okay, hey guys, hey, we're in Florida now, we're in Oklahoma now, whatever state we were going to, what's the opportunity there? So we leveraged our relationships that we did a good job with, and they knew we could perform, and we took that to other markets. It allowed us to take our brokerage as well, because if you have listing opportunities, you know what you can do? Build teams around you. You can set up offices and different
Mm.
stuff in different locations. And so we literally took what we do in the REO world and we expanded that into multiple markets.
multiple markets and different industries, such
Yeah.
as the traditional side of things as well, right?
Yeah.
Because
And
if
that
I'm
was a
not
big
mistaken, it
thing.
was go for it.
Yeah, as traditional was a big thing for us because once you build something that focuses on listings, which I think is what everybody wants to do, if your clients are the REO hedge fund default world, it slows down. How do you take that machine you built? How do you pivot? How do you focus on different audiences like Jeff in the expired world? I mean, that is an
Hmm.
audience that is there. And if you've looked at the expired numbers for this year in your markets, my gosh, why are you not hitting those? It is insane right now.
Yeah. So in the chat box, or, for those of you guys that are on camera, how many of you guys reach out to for sale by owners currently? Show of hands, chat box, some sort of participation. I see three hands that are raised, four hands, a couple of you guys. Okay. How about expired listings? How many of you guys think there is an opportunity, right? There's a lot of us that have a lot of experience in the default, right? How many of you guys see there being an opportunity before the property gets foreclosed on, like with notice of defaults, right? Being able to help clients ahead of time. Anybody see an opportunity in that right now? Because we went 3 years, guys, without foreclosing on a property. 3 years we did not foreclose on a property. And now we are super slow to foreclose on properties. Like, because there's a lot of things. There's forbearance agreements, there's these workout arrangements, there's all of these different things that are happening right now. And I had Rick Sharga on our mastermind call a little while ago, a chief economic strategist for Realty Track. And literally, he was telling me that 80% of homes that got foreclosed on had over 20% equity. Guys, that is criminal. That is our bad. That is our fault for not providing value to people, for not adding, like being able to come to them with a solution. And that's what I wanted to bring kind of this iList platform to you guys, because those of you guys that a lot of you guys know me from my days at Zome. We sold 48,000, or I'm sorry, 98,000 homes using auction in 4 years. 98,000 homes. I know it works. I was brought in to come up with some of the scripting because we also bought ForSaleByOwner.com. And how do we convert those into traditional listings using the auction platform? So that's some of the scripting and stuff that we're going to talk about today. And here's the beautiful part. I was teaching people how to do this, and you can still use the Zome auction platform. It only costs you 1% of your commission on every transaction. Now, if you don't have any other auction platform or something like that, that's a hell of a deal, right? Like, Robert Weichelt, Robert Weichelt, can you hear me by any chance? I think he might be on a phone call. But I was going to ask, like, how many listings did he take last year? Right? I mean, probably 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 listings. 1% of that in San Diego is a hell of a lot of money. So that's where platforms like iList come in to make it much more cost effective, that, somebody else isn't sticking their hand into your pocket or anything like that. So man, let's jump into this here. And so, man, this is always a hard one because Joe has so much to offer with this platform, right? Like, it's really hard to figure out, where do we start? How do we capitalize and stuff on this? But first and foremost, let's talk about some scripting and stuff at this point in time, right? So I see Brian Flatley, I see Jeff Russell, I see Robert Weichel. So I would like to talk about some scripting to start with. And then I'm going to start with mine, but then I'm going to get to the rest of you guys. And we're going to highlight a couple of things with the scripting that I recommend and use because it's getting a lot of results. So, Joe, would you mind role playing with me
Yeah,
for a
let's do
second,
it.
brother? All right. Hey, I'm looking for Joe.
Yeah, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe, this is Larry White over at Banana Real Estate. Look, I know that you probably had no desire to sell your home right now, but there are people looking for homes in your area, and there is a lack of inventory. So a lot of these offers are coming in over market value. Like you're never obligated to take it, but would you be open to just looking at an offer?
Yeah, I mean, if you can make it easy, I'd be willing to look at one.
Beautiful. And so for me to get you the highest offer, I need a few pictures so that way I can show that your home is in good condition and stuff like that. Joe, I'm assuming that you want the highest offer for your home. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
It'll literally take me 5 minutes to take the pictures, and then I can come back and put all of your options together for you. Is Wednesday 3 or Thursday at 4 better for you?
Yeah, yeah. We'll do Thursday.
So, guys, I want you to think about this. If I was calling him and that was a notice of default, right? And that was somebody that is behind on their house payment. They haven't told anybody, right? They don't like talking about this. If you call them and say, hey, I see that you're behind on your house payments, right? You're going to get this sales wall that goes up and people are going to be super defensive to talk to you. But you know what the problem is. You know that they are not paying their bills. You have this information. So now you come with this solution and stuff over here. Now, there's multiple platforms and stuff out there that we can get offers from, right? A lot of us have express offers. We've used iRep in the past. Some of us have our own investors and stuff as well. But Joe, would you mind sharing a screen? Because when it comes to offers, you guys can go out. We're partnered with Zudilio with iList. You guys can go out there. You can get these offers from places, but you guys just flip the game for people that want you to come up out in the next 3 or 4 hours. Now
Yep.
we have the ability to get these cash offers right then and there. So if somebody hypothetically wanted to start using that script for a notice of default, like what would that look like on your system here?
So easiest way to do it, you come up here, click add listing, get a cash offer, type in the address. Property's automatically going to show up right here. And then Larry, you simply click one button that says request offers. We will automatically syndicate to Easy Street, Zudilio, OfferPad, Open Door, Easy Knock, and others, including your own local buyer list, which just FYI in 2024, I think your local buyer list is going to be a huge, huge player. You come down here, hit go, and within about 30 seconds, you're going to have multiple cash offers sitting in front of you right off the bat. Now, over the next couple of hours, couple of days, you're going to have more offers coming in. So instead of you going out and, doing all the legwork, facilitating these and submitting offers, you click one button. We send the entire data set out for you. And Larry, a key point here is we always protect the agent, meaning these offers come to you, not directly to your seller. For every point that Larry just mentioned, you want to be the one presenting the offers so you can convert that to a listing. Or maybe the offers are very, very good. We're seeing more and more cash offers get accepted on a daily basis. But at the end of the day, you click a button, you have cash offers automatically showing up on your side.
Guys, I want to ask you a question. When a listing goes up in a neighborhood, what generally happens within that neighborhood?
People sell.
More people sell, right? You generally get
Yep.
1 to 2 more listings that come up within the next 3 months is the statistic, right? So that script I gave you for notice of defaults could flow just as easy if you're circle prospecting. Hey, look, I know you had no desire to sell your home, but we're getting offers in this neighborhood over market value. You're never obligated to take it, right? Like, look, this is a risk-free, but would you be open to seeing an offer on your property? And just like that, boom, there's already an offer in the system there, right? And it's initiating other offers and stuff as well. Now,
Yep.
Joe, talk to us. What's this cash offer plus? What's this sell now, move later?
Yep.
What are these different options and stuff that are here that Zudilio offers?
Yeah, so great question. As you all know, the cash offer world is not a standard, I'm going to give you 60% of value for your house anymore, right? Those are still out there. Do we recommend those? Absolutely not. because there are so many other unique strategies when it comes to the cash offer, instant offer world. So, for example, one of our main cash offer partners, we work with about 7 different ones nationally and locally, but one of our biggest partners is Zoodealio. Now, if you know anything about Zoodealio, they're a powerhouse platform. We have APIs built directly into them, and we give access to their platform through iList at a unbeatable setup. Now, the cash offer plus offer, this is basically a market value offer on your house. The cost to use this platform hovers around 6%, right? But here's how it works, Larry. Let's say that, Larry, for my simplicity number sake here, Larry, your house is a $100,000 house. I don't even think those exist anymore, but $100,000, right? So, Larry, cash offer plus, they're going to roll in and give you roughly $80,000 for your house cash upfront at the first closing. Larry, they are going to come into your house, improve it, put money into it, make it the best house in that area. They're going to relist it with you, again, the agent, and you're going to sell it again. Now, when that house sells again, your homeowner is going to get the additional 20% back to them in the form of a separate check, and any upside from the improvements you did, they also get back. It allows your homeowner to effectively flip their own house. Best cash offer platform out there right now.
So question, so agents, do they get paid on the initial transaction when Zoodealio buys it?
Yep.
Then they get to relist the property as well?
Absolutely.
They get to relist a better property. Are you guys seeing this, guys? Right? So this is where, when we know what the problem is and we come with the solution, now how do we leverage that and make money in 3, 4, 5 different ways? That is the absolute key. So in that scenario, for kind of that notice of default, right? Most of the time I'm recommending, and I'm going to give you guys options here. I'm recommending that you use that simple script. I role played for 30 seconds, and that will land you an appointment 80% of the time. Guaranteed, because I've been doing this for so long. If you can practice that script and use that script, that will get your foot in the door for these appointments. Now, you use that appointment as a pre-qualifying script. Oh man, you've got a beautiful house, Joe. Where are you moving to next? Oh man, how long have you been here? Joe, what are your favorite parts of this house? I'm just going through my pre-qualification script, right? And now I'm going to come back and say, okay, great. Joe, generally, like, I have one offer on the table right now, but I would like to present you multiple options. Are you open to multiple options, or you just want to see one option right now? Either way, I don't really care what he says. He wants to see one option, great, I'm going to show it to him. He wants to see multiple options, great, I'm going to show it to him, right? But generally takes me about 48 hours or so to compile everything. And then I want to come back and place everything next to you side by side. What's the best time? I'm setting an appointment before I leave there. Right? I never leave, I never go, I never get off the phone without setting my next follow-up appointment, knowing my next action item. So then when I come back, this is where I'm going to blow them away, and I'm going to blow my competition away as well. I'm going to come back and I'm going to say, well, Joe, here's the thing. I have these offers, these cash offers. I generally don't use the word cash because people tend to say low value. Think low value, cash, wholesaler, something like that. They're just an offer to me, right? Here's the offers that we have on the table right now. Close in about 2 weeks. Here's your net proceeds. Now, some people are worried about, selling it for the most value, losing the competition of actually getting it on the market. I have 2 options for that. For the people that maybe have their own pictures and have started that, they just need some help negotiating contracts and stuff, I have a flat fee option of X. Some people want us to do the videos, the tours, spend additional money on marketing, and I have a full service, or I have a proprietary offer management system, our own bidding platform. It gets 10 to 15 offers in the first week. We're not going to have realtors coming in every single day. You just give me 2 days to do an open house. And the seller doesn't pay the commission. Joe, which one works best for you? And I don't care which one they pick, because if they want to take the cash offer, I'll sell it to Zoodealio and I'll relist the property and turn that into 2 transactions. If they want to take the flat fee, I'm going to list it on the MLS for $5,000. I'm going to answer some questions. They want to do the full service. I'm going to run that boat and I'm going to do 2.5 to 3%. But if they do the bidding platform, guys, this is where we create our own supply and demand, right? Yep. This is where it is. Because now you got to be careful for your state. But if you use that platform, don't put a lockbox on it, because then people don't need you. Because when you use a bidding or an auction platform, I'm going to price that thing 10, 15, even 20% under market value. So now you have the best price home in the market, right? What does everybody want to do with that property? If there's 10 properties on the market and that is the lowest price one, everybody wants to see this. But now you play like the, like the person that you wanted to date in high school that wouldn't give you a time of day, right? It almost made you want it more. That's what you're doing. So you said the only time you can actually view this house is on Saturday and Sunday, and it will drive hundreds of people through your open house. Hundreds. How long is the iList offer open after submission? Joe, that is a technical question. I have no idea about.
So it's completely up to you. Our bidding platform specifically, if we're talking about that, our bidding platform is 100% customizable by you. So Richard, if you wanted to have it open for 1 day, right? You can do that. If you want to have it open for 2 weeks, you can do that, right? You get to customize how you want that fully set up. Everything from the premium to the bidding increments to the time frame to the time zone, you get to customize it and launch it. And the reason I said time zone, we actually have users in Florida that are also brokered in Utah, for example, and they're running bidding platforms in multiple time zones. So everything is customizable by you.
And I don't want to get. How long is that offer? How long is that offer good for? I think is what he's asking.
Got it.
So
Richard,
when that
I've seen them be open for like,
on that?
Yeah, I've seen them typically that offer is valid for like 30 days. However, if your seller needs more time, you can always hit refresh and update the offer. So.
And with that strategy, and Kristen, I'll get to you here in 1 second. With that strategy, guys, what we generally do, we list it, early in a week. We don't allow showings, open house, Saturday, Sunday. All offers are due by Friday at 5 o'clock. And now we collect that database. A lot of us use KV Core. There's a KV Core open house app. Everybody gets registered, goes straight into your KV Core. We reach out to them and say, hey, there was a lot of activity at this open house. All offers are due. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know, right? If I can help you submit an offer, you let me know. Kristen, what can I answer for you on that part?
So I'm just thinking of ways that we can make this look nice to the seller. So if we find them the cash offer, present that, and they're kind of, yeah, maybe that's okay. And you use that price, which is probably under what they want, as your starting point for your online offers platform, and let them know that if they don't get more than that cash offer, they can always go back to that cash offer. Is that
this is generally how there's multiple ways. That is definitely a way that you can do it, right? A lot of people, right, because this offer management side of things is a little bit different, this online bidding platform, right? This is what I tell people. Look, guys, we know that the more exposure we get to your house, the more of a frenzy we're going to create. And that's what the bidding platform does, is it gets you the highest price. So let's try this for a week. Let's get the most exposure possible. If in 2 weeks, we do not have an offer that's acceptable, we've already agreed that you want to list your home at X amount of dollars, and we will shift it over to a traditional listing and do everything else that we talked about there. But when you get that amount of exposure, that opens up opportunities for you to attract, to build your team, to build buyer's agents, to build more listing agents, to farm that area, to do circle prospecting. This is where we leverage and we squeeze as much juice out of that lemon as possible.
Yeah. And Kristen, it kind of answer one more aspect of your question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Larry.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, to answer one more question, you can run dual strategies like on this bidding property right here. Notice we also ran cash offers on it. So you can take that mindset, right? But the ultimate goal is what Larry said. But you can present the cash offers while you're doing a bidding platform. But what I would do is exactly what Larry said. Hey, we're going to give it the 3 days here in this example, and let's see what we can maximize for you. You've already got this in your back pocket, so you've got the safety card built in. But when they see the activity, just like what Larry said, they're going to be enticed by it. Their eyes are going to open up to getting that traditional style listing.
Hey, Larry.
And yes, please.
Hey, just to add to that, I'm driving, so I'm going to turn that camera off. Just to add to that, last year I went on 6 for sale by owner appointments using that system, exactly what you and Joe just mentioned, and listed 3 of the 6 appointments.
3 of the 6, 50%, just like that.
3, just like that. They were 10, 15-minute listing presentations. Walked in, said, here's the program. Which one do you want to do? It was never a question of who I was, what do I do, how do I do it? It was, these are the programs. Which one do you want? Sign here. In and out.
And here's something, we're not going to unload this on this call. And I haven't even talked to Joe about this because I wanted to test it first. David Russell introduced me to a company that will literally set these appointments and stuff for you. They have an option where they only take a referral fee. Guys, that is free money. Like, show up, give the people options and pay. I don't care what the referral fee is, right? Like, you can either pay an upfront fee and a low monthly and an upfront fee and a very small referral fee, or no upfront fee and a larger one. So again, I had to test that. David introduced it to me, had some success. I think Ariana has taken 2 listings from that, but one of the listings has turned into 4 transactions. She sold the father's home, the brother's home. She helped them buy a home, and then the sister had a home or something like that. Right. So we're going to continue to build on this because I think it's an absolute game changer, especially if you have somebody else attacking that and stuff as well. Now, I want to ask, so that was kind of the notice of default side of things that I was giving an example on. Robert Weichel, are you able to chime in?
Absolutely. I mean, I think anytime you give the seller solutions like this, whether it be a cash offer, and I always introduce the cash offer, but I pivot to the online offers platform because I want hundreds of people in my open houses. I want hundreds of folks that are fired up about this process. So I look forward to that, for not only for growing my database, buyers, sellers, investors, and agents. So I want that open house. That's a part of my, growing my organization. But there's no way any other agent can compete with you, period. Not even close. But you got to have the confidence. You got to know how it works. So this is
Robert.
awesome.
Give the people an idea. How many listings did you take last year?
Let's see. I took personally 25, but I pivoted the beginning of, or actually the end of the year before, of 22, Partner Plus with agents across the country, helping them grow theirs. And I think there was I was involved in over 100 transactions, helping agents get this process going for their business, helping them grow their team, helping them get open houses that they can grow each listing into 5 other transactions. So I spent most of my time on that last year.
Sure. Yeah. You're just teaching other people to have the same success that you did, right?
I'm still taking listings as on my own as well. So my goal is to take anywhere between 2 and 3 listing appointments per week, with 1 to 2 listings per week, just my personal team, and then helping other agents do the same across the country.
Hey, Robert, can I ask you a question? Sorry, Larry.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many listing appointments did you go on personally, visit the house last year?
I haven't seen a house in about 2.5 years.
Lists house, never sees them. Does it all virtual.
I like, just like Mario, same thing.
That's insane.
Yeah. So This was going to lead me to my next point. Like, Robert, would you be okay sharing your appointment setting strategy? Because you do everything via Zoom, right?
I
I
do.
like to go, I still like the personal relationship side of things, right? I'm this artist, like I need this connection, right? Like Robert's like, nope. You're right. This is who I'm going after. Would you mind role playing with me? I'll be the seller and stuff here, and just walk us through kind of what your initial conversation with these clients for the appointment setting looks like.
Absolutely. Just to let you know, I use My Plus Leads, but there's KV Core. There's lots of different opportunities, whether it be Red X or I don't care what you use, but I use My Plus Leads. I get FSBOs, expireds, canceled. I get notice of default, notice of trustees, so pre-foreclosure. That's the lowest hanging fruit that I'm working with. And my scripts are very, very, very simple. Hi, Larry. My name is Robert, calling about your home at 123 Main Street. Is it still available?
Yes, it is. Do you have somebody for it?
Great. And let me ask you this. If I was to bring you an offer at a price that was acceptable to you, are you willing to pay the standard 3% finder's fee?
I mean, yeah, if you actually had somebody, but most people that I talk to, like, I mean, they don't actually have a buyer in place. Do you have somebody?
Well, the good news, Larry, is I'm not like every other agent. I have multiple buyers, but what I need to do first is set up a quick call with you to go over your property in more detail so I can funnel the buyers that meet your needs to your property. Last thing I want to do is send a buyer that's not looking for the two-story that you have. I want to find the right buyers, but I need to know more about your home first. When's a good time to set up a quick Zoom call so we can go over your property in more detail?
So, guys, I want you to notice, right? A problem that I used to have is sometimes when I was prospecting, because I used to call 50 people a day for the first 3 years of my career. So I got really good at scripting, right? But I noticed there was calls where I would be on the call for 5, 8 minutes, almost trying to close them over the phone. If you notice my script and Robert's script, do you notice how short they were? The whole goal is to set an appointment, right? And if you notice, I tried to throw Robert off. What did he do? He came right back onto his script, right? He didn't even field my goddamn question. He heard it, acknowledged it, and then went back to what he wanted to say to begin with. And the better now that didn't start the first time. You have to learn these lessons. Hopefully you can learn some of these lessons from us. But
Larry,
that is absolutely beautiful and getting tons of results as well.
yeah, Larry, I think the biggest thing to remember, keep it simple. It's a very simple yes or no. Is your home available? I didn't say, hi, my name's Robert. I'm the best listing agent on the planet and blah, blah, blah. Is it available? Yes or no? It is fantastic. If I brought you an offer at a price that was acceptable, that's a rhetorical question. I'm just trying to figure out how much they're willing to compensate for that offer that they can't refuse. So I'm setting the stage for the next conversation. So when I'm meeting that person, if that FSBO says, I'm not paying anything, I don't like agents, I'm not paying you a dime. Great. When can we schedule a quick Zoom call to go over your property in more detail? They're like, wait a second. I just got done saying I wasn't going to pay you. I said, that's okay. Well, how are you going to get paid? I said, do you mind if the buyer pays me? Most of the time I don't care who pays you as long as it's not me. Let's get the meeting going. Boom. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they say.
Beautiful.
I'm just setting the bar. So keep it simple.
That's it, guys. That is it. And Jeff Russell, are you able to chime in for a second? Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So Jeff has been like, those of you guys that we've had Jeff on this call before, right? Because man, Jeff has been in this business a long time, had felt like he was too good for expireds for FSBOs until his income started going down and he was not producing the amount of business that he was accustomed to, right? When REO started shrinking up. So this man, after all of these years, like he has made it, right? Like he is one of the pinnacle, like you can't get much higher and more sales in real estate than Jeff Russell. Like went back to the drawing board, reinvented himself and did this. Now, Jeff, you mentioned something that this platform has that I haven't seen with a lot of others, right? Because you wanted to be on this call, Jeff had a voice drop go out. And so between Joe and Jeff, Joe, can you show what that looks like? And Jeff, tell us what your scripting looks like, because you are having some massive success with some high value properties. What does your general script, or what does a voicemail drop sound like, when you send it out there?
So I have to give credit where credit's due. I actually got mine from Brian Flatley, who's on the call, but I can go ahead and share that with you, unless Brian, I don't want to steal your script that works very well.
Go for it. You can do it.
I
We
was
can do it together, or you can do it alone, whatever.
Let's do it. Yeah, we'll role play. Let's do that. That's a good one.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be you call me though.
All right. No problem. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, my name is Brian Flatley. I'm calling because I had a client contact me last night, and that client was very interested in your home. This morning, I went to pull it up so that I could set up a showing, and it looks like maybe you've taken it off the market. What happened?
No, it's still for sale. I'm not sure why you're not seeing it. My agent, haven't talked to him for, about a week or so, but yeah, it's still for sale.
Well, let me help you a little bit here. Maybe I can help you with your conversation with your agent, because I'm in the MLS right now, and I can see that it is no longer on the MLS. And in fact, it shows that it either expired or you canceled it. Hey, I just got a question. I've got an interested buyer. He's an out-of-state buyer. In fact, he's relocation, and he's quite interested in your property. Can I ask you a couple questions about your property?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
First one is this. Do you have any idea how old your air conditioner is?
Oh, wow. Gosh, we bought the place about 7 years ago, and I think it's about 6 years, because our home warranty covered that. Yeah, it's about 6 years old.
That's good news. I'm going to jot that down. Another question is, if I wanted to show it to him, I'd have to do it on video, and in order to do that, I'd have to be at your house. And he's really concerned about the layout of the house. He really likes the house. The air conditioning is going to be great news. But it would be all right if I visited and met you at the house for a short time, just so I can run through and do a FaceTime video with him, or record a video for him?
Yeah, I guess that'd be okay.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. All right. Well, I don't think I'll be there that long, but if we could set it up for tomorrow around 2 o'clock, or the next day in the morning around 10 a.m., that'd be great. I'd love to get over there and take a look at the property and see if it's going to be a good fit for my out-of-state client. Would that work for you?
Well, if it's just you and you're going to do a video, could you come today?
Sure, I could. Why not? I'd be happy to. In fact, I've got time after 4 p.m. today. Would that work?
That would work perfect.
That'd be great. All right, great. I'll see you there. I've got your address, and I'll send you a text when I'm on my way.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Sure. And we skipped the
Guys.
whole question there, but the way the conversation went with Jeff, it seemed like it was going to be a close. So that worked.
And the whole goal is to get an appointment. And now Brian's going to be able to come back, and have these offers in hand. If you have traditional clients, you can bring those offers. Now you can lay out all of these different options. So I wanted to touch base, and give you guys options for the different type of scripting that's available. Because mine is different from Robert's, which is different from the one that Robert and Brian go. But we also did a little bit mixed. Notice of defaults, expireds, FSBOs, right? We kind of touch base on all of those to give you guys that range. So Joe, talk to us about what this automation looks like, and how we build this out.
Can I just say one thing before he answers? I just want to say that, it's important to point out, remember, I told Brian, come to my house as a seller today. Now, I'm not sure about you all, but how fast can you get a cash offer, right? If you don't already have one. I've been using iList for several years now, and I can get a cash offer from iList in seconds, right? So I just wanted to make sure I put that out there, because that's huge for me in my business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and when you show up to that house with offers in hand and you're going through the appointment settings and everything with them, you've just got more ammo. So I love these examples when you actually physically get to speak to somebody, right? But there's a whole other side of the coin here, because if you have, I mean, Jeff, how many, I heard you say this the other day, how many expireds are in your market right now? Ballpark.
Gosh, ballpark, a few hundred.
Okay. So going to a few hundred and that number grows by the day, you know, you're going to talk to, I mean, small percentage of them. That leaves, we'll call it the 95% that we have not been able to get in touch with. You've got to be able to engage them in an automated way so you can set these calls up, have these conversations, right? So we built in automation to everything we do. And I think the overwhelming theme here is you've got to initiate conversations by using options that are built for the consumer. Once you start that conversation, there's so many ways you can close it. But starting that conversation is often one of the hardest things for agents, right? So we built in automation to everything we do, where you can send out automated emails, text, voicemail drops, right, to get them to call you back. So as you send out these automations, we track absolutely everything. So for example, we give a entire database, and I actually talked to Larry about this. We can take a lot of the emails and scripting that has worked very, very well. We can build it directly in here, right? And so everybody can have access to this. But through our automation, anytime, and I'm using for sale by owner just as a random example here. Anytime a for sale by owner comes in, like Robert, what you do from My Plus Leads, it can automatically start engaging them for you. I mean, it can call them, it can voicemail drop, send them text, send them emails. Now, every bit of engagement that you send to them, you've got to make sure you have conversion or conversation starters built into it. So for example, Larry, if a for sale by owner receives this first email from you on the items you sent out, guess what? When they click that email that says, hey, you know, explore my options or look at this, when they click that email, guess what's going to open up? Their house. It's not going to take them to a landing page where they have to do stuff, right? It's going to open up their house and show them information on their house, so you can now have that conversation. And Larry, the second a consumer clicks on that email, guess what? You're being notified via text and via email that Robert just looked at his house via email. So now guess what you can do? You can call them using those scripts, and you have a common theme to talk about now, because you know they've looked at their house and looked at your options. That's what our engagement does for you.
Joe, there I saw a question come through there. Like, can you do voicemail drops from iList platform? Is that possible?
Yeah, so you can do voicemail drops directly in here. So for example, I'll just open this one back up. We don't have voicemail drops built in automatically because it would be a little odd, you know, my voice coming in or something like that. So what we do though is you can literally add, let's say after day 3, just making this up, you wanted to add a voicemail drop. You just come in here and type in voicemail, upload your voicemail, and now on day 3, it's going to drop them a voicemail. Right? That easy. Now, these emails, once again, every time they click on an email from you, it's automatically linked to their house. So if you're doing, here's just an example. If you're doing marketing via KV Core, which is a powerful platform, it's not linked to anything, right? You have to give them call to action that's linked to something they are looking for. That's what we bring to the table. And that's just going to tee these conversations up in a brilliant way. A brand new feature we just rolled out, Larry, is, and I actually have it here. I'll kind of show you what it looks like here. This is just a random sample website here. But I'm just going to type in an address real quick. And imagine having this type of functionality built into your emails. So when a consumer who lives at this address clicks, yeah, I'll look at my cash offers, and they click a button inside of an email, right? Imagine their house opening up automatically with 3 cash offers visible to them. You know what they're going to do? They're going to start asking you questions like, what is this? And then you go right into that script that Robert dropped. You set that conversation, you have conversations with them. Everything we do is about delivering options, initiating those conversations.
Joe, I did see another question that came through. I think Ryan was talking about the notice of defaults. Do you have an option to pull notice of defaults? I know you have the marketplace. You can get My Plus leads and stuff that
Yep,
are on there. You have the access to use Landvoice and stuff as well.
Yep, you can integrate directly with them or any service, right? There's a lot of really, really good services out there. We're very Zapier API friendly. But if you can have all of your defaults, for sub owners, canceled, like right, your target list in one area, and you can add automation to them to start these conversations, that's how you can grow and scale. But if you're using multiple systems to do multiple things, it's really hard to like scale and manage that as an agent, right? And so we try to bring everything into one place and allow you to drive your options directly to those consumers.
And that is one of the key pieces of this, guys, right? Is you don't have to have 10 different systems. You can build everything in. You don't have to have everything. If you have leads already, you can upload them. If you're getting leads somewhere else, great, keep it. But if you don't, this can literally build out your entire prospecting portfolio at this point in time. And so like with that, I know that we're, man, this call has flown by and there's so much more that this can actually do. Joe, I'm going to have you on probably in about a month to talk about what we've done with the REO side of things, the expense management side, because so many of us are REO heavy. We don't have time. I don't even want to brush the surface because it's going to add an hour onto this call. And I know we have other calls and stuff today as well. So I promise you, I will bring him back for that part because we're just now scratching the surface. But I told Joe, I was like, hey man, look, I have a lot of top producers. If these guys like see some value in this, like they'll tell other people because that's what we do in this community. And so I know that you were saying that you were going to try and do something special and stuff for these guys. Guys, here's one thing that I want you to think about. Anybody use Zudilio right now, currently? Couple? What do you pay for Zudilio?
Well, I'm on iList, so I pay $0.
Well,
wrong
man, you
person to
beat
answer
me
that
to-
question.
Yes, but I think Zudilio is what, $99 a month? Is that right?
Yeah,
$99 a month. So Joe, if somebody wanted to take advantage of this, right? What did we put together and stuff for them? And this is where I think it's a no-brainer, especially if you're using Zudilio already.
Yeah, so everything we do from adding this into your website, Moses, I saw your question. Yes, native integrations with KV Core, both website and CRM side. Yes, we automatically do that. But we will actually set this up for you. Our team will take care of setup, no setup fees, free 30-day trials where you can actually explore this. And I'll tell you this, 70% of our users are initiating cash offers and starting conversations within that 30 days. And they're still getting to know the system, right? Now, on top of that, we give you the unparalleled access to the cash offer world, Open Door, OfferPad, Easy Street, Zudilio, all completely built in for you. So just by default, the savings there are absolutely massive. And everything we do after that. Yep.
Yeah, that's all gravy, right? If you're using Zudilio, you get it essentially included for the same, you get all of this that we talked about for the same price that you're paying for Zudilio and access to those cash offers and stuff. I do see.
I'll tell you one more. I'll tell you one more, Larry. This is brand new as of the end of last year. You also get our complete CRM, every website template built with complete automation behind it, as well as all of our scripting, text, emails, everything all built in for you. So I just saw Ashley comment on that. They are killing it in that world. So anyway, just wanted to toss that out there for everybody too.
Yeah, it is huge. So this is a no-brainer to me, especially if you want to focus on more listings. You're focusing on notice of defaults, for sale by owner, circle prospecting, anything that you guys are doing where you guys are doing listing presentation. I think this is a no-brainer. I put in my the link and stuff here. Do they have to have a promo code or anything like that for that particular offer, Joe?
Nope, we'll automatically take care of it from this list. I already have access to everybody.
Okay, beautiful. So there's a link. If you guys are interested in this, if you want to talk to Joe more, if you want to do anything like that, guys, 30 days, test it, break it, see if you're going to use it, right?
Yeah.
Like if you sign up for it and then you never set a follow-up call with Joe, don't pay for it. Like that's dumb, right? Like they don't need like they don't just need warm bodies that are like, oh yeah, I have it, I just don't use it. Like that's not going to help. They want raving fans, and if you use this, I think that you'll become a raving fan. I really do. Yeah, so go kick the tires, break it, see what you guys can do and stuff there. I'm seeing, man, there's a lot of messages coming through, so I may have missed some. Questions, comments, concerns for anybody. I want to be respectful. We're at the top of the hour and stuff here. There's so much more we could go into, but this is where it's almost customizable to your business plan. And it's one of the most cost-effective tools in my toolbox at this point in time.
Hey, Larry, it's Joseph. Hey, Joe, what's up, man?
What's up, Joseph?
Hey, dude, it's crazy how it's hard to keep up with iList. Like you guys just keep leveling up and more services and more integration, and then how everything comes full circle. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild to see a leader and a platform just continue to evolve and make things better and better. It's pretty nuts how fast you guys are, man. So that's the only comment I wanted to make sure people are clear about.
I appreciate it. And I could go for an hour because we've got some stuff that's about to roll out that'll blow your mind away when it comes to sellers and options and the automation side. But I will keep my mouth I'll keep my mouth shut on this one real fast for it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And Joe, we have Joyce actually reached out and said that they're hosting like a 450 person rally where they're expecting Glenn Sanford to be there. Are you open to partnering on things like this, going on the road, doing kind of shows and things like that?
Let's go. This is great for, I mean, everything that Robert said and Larry has said in building a team structure around you. I mean, this is a tool for not only your business, but for that, right? Give your people the ability to produce. And so 100%, we have a great team. Larry, I personally love doing things like that. Sometimes I do too many of them, but I love doing things like that. So count me in. Let's set them up.
Yeah. And so Joyce, just shoot me an email. I'll connect you and Joe, and we will figure that out with dates and stuff like that. Kristen says she has iList, but she needs help learning how to leverage it. Who can I go to? Jump on her. The mastermind calls, right? They're doing mastermind calls for their group to support and show people, because it'll be hard. I mean, they're growing members every single day to do one-on-ones after people have it, but they do masterminds, like plug in. This is where we have to lean into things if we want to learn how to use it better, for sure.
And we always have, by the way, we've got like Josh Shonley coming on. He's going to be one of our special guests next week. I know we're going to hit Joe Limo. Larry, you're on my invite list to come on. And once again, it's iList users who have access to these tools. And like, okay, now what's the best way to plug them in and leverage them? So it's not just let us come and talk about what we do. We actually bring on people that are using it like real world experience, driving insane traffic to their website, starting these conversations. So that's what we do on a lot of our masterminds. So we have them, Kristen, every Thursday at 12:30. We're actually talking about building in one more date just to fit people's needs. And then outside of that, you always have access to our team. They're absolutely awesome. So
yeah, they have a whole customer support team, answer questions and stuff, but you just have to use them, right? You got to reach out to them. You got to ask questions. You have to work the system. You have to break the system to come back and build it up stronger. So guys, I appreciate it. I hope, did this add value? Like, do any of you guys see how you could use something like this? I mean, I'm recommending go. Yeah, I mean, Jeff is crushing it, and we want all of you guys to crush it. So we only bring you things that we're using ourselves that have actually worked and produced some links and stuff. Link to the call. Do you have a specific mastermind or a Facebook page? Like where does Kristen go?
If you join our Facebook group, which if you give me 2 seconds, I'll drop it in that link for you. Everything we do, we post it on our Facebook group, and let me drop that link in here for you right now.
Hey, Larry, it does ask for a promo code even on your link.
Yep.
Wow.
And you don't you
Oh.
won't need one to put on there. It's
Okay.
a promo code's an option. I have the list for this call. We're automatically applying it to everybody.
Okay.
So
I'm already an iList subscriber, but I haven't been receiving anything saying that I can join a mastermind. I don't have a link for it. I didn't even know the schedule till just a few minutes ago.
yep. So on every email we send out, if you look at the bottom of it, there's a hey, join the mastermind, join the ongoing calls, announcements, features, all of that. That's the link to join it right here. It's a private group, so join that. We'll make sure everybody's in, but that's where we do all of our fun show and tells, new toys we're rolling out, everything. So
Who should I search for in my email list to get your emails? Because
it should be
Not
coming
getting them.
directly from iList. But to make it easy, click on that link right there, and you'll have access to everything.
what link?
And Kristen, just reach out to me and we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. And we'll
Yep.
get you connected. Maybe there's maybe the email. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. We'll just table that and we'll figure it out together. Shoot me an email. I'll connect you with Joe's team and stuff like that, and we will work through all those details. All right, guys. Well, hopefully this added some value to you guys. I love you guys. I thank you guys. Joe, thank you so much for all you've done, for all you've built. I hope you guys get a lot of value from this and use it to crush it. If you guys need anything, call, text, or email me, and we will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.
Bye all.
Awesome. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, gents.
See you,
All
Joe.
right. Bye, guys.